from Louisiana's home team. This is Fox 8 News at 4 p.m.
Well, another problem affecting our veterans is homelessness. Volunteers of America of Greater New Orleans says it's a problem in our city. And Randy Maccabitas is the VOA's Veterans Program Director, and he's also a veteran of the Navy, so thanks for your service.
Thank you, ma'am.
How many veterans or homeless veterans do you believe are in the city right now?
I believe we have approximately 2,800 on the streets of New Orleans at this present time, and continually growing. As an evidence to that, I've seen the statistics that we've served during our recent homeless veteran stand down, and from last year to this year, there was a 100% increase in the attendance from the homeless veterans.
So what are some of the things that can cause homelessness? How do they get here?
I believe the most profound reason for this homelessness among veterans is the loss of resources, an economic meltdown, if you will. A lot of them may have lost an income, lost their job, or some medical calamity that they had to endure, and lost all their resources to support it.
And we were talking earlier that I guess I call veterans sometimes tough cookies.
Right.
They can take a lot, and you say they stay there in this condition for a while.
There's a lot of studies that support that because of the fact that when an individual joins the military, you go through rigorous training, and you go through the basic fundamentals of getting broken down to the basic fundamentals and elements of human existence, and then they reform you back again to be a sailor, to be a Marine, to be a soldier, in whatever branch of service you're in.
So once they're identified, which I guess through outreach programs, or you can see if someone has an injury, it may be from being a veteran or something. Once they're identified, what are some ways to help them? I mean, how do you get them off the streets?
The Volunteers of America and Veterans Affairs have outreach programs where we go on the streets in collaboration with other entities like Unity, and we identify those veterans and we refer them to the Veterans Affairs Medical Center for evaluation and treatment.
Is it something as simple as someone walking up and just having a conversation, or maybe seeing a tattoo, or
indeed, indeed, those could be as simple as that. It could be a word of mouth, and they run into a veteran and they let them know that there are services available for them to acquire through the VA and get further referral or placements.
We all know people who've fallen on hard times, and maybe even a veteran. If you know someone in this situation, here's some information. Is this what they need to do solely?
They can call our office and we could make that referral ourselves, or they can call up the Veterans Affairs and contact the liaison for the Homeless Veteran Program, Mr. Ken Rocky or Val Hebert.
All right. Thank you so much, Randy Maccabitas. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
From WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness News Night Watch.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Woltering.
And I'm Karen Swenson. Today we pause to honor those who fought for our country. But some veterans hope the country will do more to fight for them.
Monica Hernandez has more on the high rate of unemployment among veterans and what's being done to help solve the problem.
I had no job, so I had no lights, no water, and I became homeless.
Dameron Preston has been homeless for 2 years. A former Marine, Preston is one of 850,000 veterans now looking for work.
I believe that if I stick with it, okay, which I will, things will get a lot better.
3 months ago, Preston became part of a program sponsored by the Volunteers of America that provides shelter and job counseling to homeless vets. Organizers say there's a high success rate.
Over and above teaching them how to look for a job, one of our purposes is to make sure they know they're important.
The program's uptown home can house 56 veterans, and it's typically packed. Volunteers of America says 1 in 4 of those who are homeless are veterans. They say there are 2,800 homeless vets in the New Orleans area alone.
They are used to a structured environment in the military, and in some cases they leave that structured environment and don't necessarily replace that structure.
The unemployment rate for veterans who have served since the September 11th attacks is 12.1%. Compare that with the national rate of 9%. But a bill passed unanimously in the Senate is aimed at changing that. It would give businesses tax credits for hiring unemployed veterans. The tax incentives are even greater for businesses that hire disabled veterans like Jeff Compton.
Any incentive I've always said I wish Veterans Day was every day and people would remember us veterans.
As for Preston,
I feel a lot better today. This is my first time really being in this type of program that on Veterans Day, and I feel good about that.
the bill would give companies tax incentives for hiring veterans. It's also expected to clear the House. In addition, the White House says private companies have committed to hire 100,000 veterans and military spouses by 2014. Dennis?
Probably as it should be.
Thank you, Monica.